So I want you to look at two things. The first thing is the fact that my head is off the bench. The reason my head is off the bench is that so I can bring the dumbbells down next to my ears without them hitting the bench. And so what that lets me do is it lets me get more elbow flexion and more lengthening of the triceps. Most people go down in their skull crushers and they stop when the dumbbell hits the bench. That's fine, but it doesn't really maximize the range of motion that we have available to us. So scoot your head back just far enough where you can bring the dumbbells past where the bench would be. And honestly, a slight angling of the dumbbells will allow you to get just a little bit deeper so that your kind of forearm touches your bicep here, right? So that these 2 points are meeting right there, right? And so the second thing I want you guys to look at is this whole shoulder flexion thing. Why is shoulder flexion in the name of this exercise? What is shoulder flexion? If we pause at the top of this next rep here, my arm never gets totally perpendicular with my torso. Now it's subtle, but this would probably be perpendicular with the torso, and right now this is where my arm is. And so just because my arm is a little bit back towards my head, the triceps don't really get a chance to rest here like they would if I brought my arm all the way over the front of my torso to that green line. That green line would be a place of rest. This red line is still a little bit of tension on the triceps, and I just want to make sure that this is our top position, that we're not pulling the dumbbells back to a point where your arms are perpendicular to the torso. And so let's watch it from the beginning, and we'll look for both of those things. I want you to pay attention to how deep I'm getting the dumbbells. Really deep, past the bench, ton of bending at the elbow. And then at the top position, so I'm just me getting comfortable here. At the top position, my arms are never getting fully parallel at the top. They're locking out just maybe a hair, maybe 5, 10, 15 degrees in that flexed position, meaning that my arms are closer to my head here at the top. Let's just pause at the top again. Here's where my arms are, right? In this shoulder flexed position, not in this perpendicular to the torso position here, right? That blue line would be resting. This red line keeps a little bit of tension on the triceps. Between that and getting a bit deeper by scooting off the bench and getting full elbow flexion, or the most elbow flexion that you can, these are going to be much harder than you're used to, or a little bit harder, whatever. So just kind of take that into account when you're picking your loads. As far as the way my feet are set up, this is just purely personal preference. It's totally random. Whatever's comfortable for you, you can put both feet up, you can put both feet on the ground. It really doesn't matter.